So it is October 5th in the kind of end of the day, and I've just finished up, I think, the final version of my startup visa application for Japan. We're sending it out tomorrow through Startup City Sapporo with their help to the Hokkaido government, and yeah, hopefully getting a 1-year visa. So yeah, it felt like a natural point to start this little vlog thing, kind of like chronologing this trip, this journey I'm going on, that hopefully starts now if all goes well. I'm quietly optimistic about that, hoping for the best. It's been 5 years, more than 5 years, since I was in Japan the first time for a month, backpacking from Nagasaki to Tokyo, kind of realizing that this is somewhere I'd like to come back to and stay for an extended period of time. And it's been 5 years of kind of failing at getting to be there on a more permanent basis, like failed at getting semesters abroad or failed at doing my entire master's degree there, like just bumps on the road. But I think might actually be onto something here, might actually get that coveted 1-year visa. So it does feel like a lot of things adding up into a does feel like a lot of things adding up and kind of meeting in the perfect storm, the perfect circumstances for me to pursue both Trip.com on one side and my dream of living in Japan on the other side. So that's really exciting. I decided to kind of maybe vlog a little bit starting now. Presuming it's only family and friends watching this, you may remember me during my semester abroad in South Korea having a small blog, and I really enjoyed the kind of challenge and the way it made me think about the things I was going through throughout that trip. And I think that blogging could do kind of the same thing while challenging me in a creative way, in a different creative way. So excited to see if I follow through on this, and if I get my visa. If not, this will be a really sad video to look back on. But hopefully see you later. Hello, long time no see. So, visa approved. The hard-ish, perhaps hardest part done. Took a lot longer than expected. I was initially told that it could be anything from like 2 weeks until like a month and a half. So in that sense, it stayed within the time frame, but you know how it is. It's very easy to think that surely for me it'll be 2 weeks and not a month and a half. But it took almost a full month and a half. Got it the day before my birthday. So it was a very nice early birthday gift from the Hokkaido prefectural government. Now comes a lot more paperwork, but it should be roughly a done deal, unless it turns out I've been deported from Japan beforehand for crimes against humanity, but everything is looking okay. Was a bit stressed out about the entire deal, so much so that I started working on a working holiday visa application on the side, just in case the startup visa fell through, because I had to cancel my apartment lease at the end of October already, since I want to be out at the end of January. So it had to take a bit of a leap of faith and run the risk of maybe being both visa and homeless by January. Fortunately, it doesn't seem like that's how things are gonna go. So good on the universe for rewarding my faith. So what comes next? I gotta officially get my certificate of eligibility, which I then gotta change into an actual startup visa before moving to Japan at around the 20th, 21st of January is the plan right now. We'll see if that holds up, but at least it's the plan for me to be there at a conference with my company on the 27th of January. So I'd like to be there like maybe a week before, just to get settled in. Now I'd like to start learning Japanese. I'm gonna start today, knock on wood. I think I will be going with Human Japanese, the app Human Japanese, for learning it, since a lot of people that I follow that have actually managed to learn Japanese use that. So I'll take their recommendation and try using that for my language learning efforts. And then obviously there's a ton of market research to be done. A ton of research into like just Japanese business practices. I guess I gotta go get some business cards as well, since they are considered quite important in Japanese business culture. It started snowing already in Denmark, which I guess is a nice way of preparing myself for Sapporo, since the city has like this, I believe it's the city in the world with the second largest snowfall, give or take a few. I could be wrong about that. So yeah, I guess that about covers it for this update. Application approved, COE officially incoming soon, which will then become a visa so I can move to Japan. Start learning Japanese, start preparing to move to another country within like 2 months, which is probably gonna go frighteningly fast. Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated if anything remotely interesting happens in terms of developments, and see you around. Hello, new phone with this, hoping that the image and sound is kind of okay. It's the 15th of December, so it's been a while since my last update. It's getting cold and snowy here in Denmark, so I guess that's preparing me nicely for what's to come in Sapporo. Since last time, I've bought my plane ticket. I've started sorting out accommodation. I have been granted the Hokkaido government subsidy for international entrepreneurs relocating to Sapporo, so that's very nice. I am apparently the first ever recipient of it, so a lot of pressure on that front. I've been learning Japanese, which has been going well. I think the hype is real in terms of human Japanese. It is a nice app, a nice program. It's obviously kind of hard to probably practice like pronunciation and actual like conversation, but at the very least I feel like I'm building a foundation for when I do get to Sapporo. In terms of Tech Barbecue Sapporo, which is one of the reasons I ended up in Sapporo in the first place, a big tech kind of conference and event. I know that I'm going to be pitching on stage along with some other startups, so that's very exciting. And I'm going to be part of a panel debate on travel tech for God knows what reason. So I'm going to be sitting side by side, like with CEOs and important people from the travel tech industry. People that really know what they're talking about, and being this like fucking foreigner startup dude who's been like 2.5 years ish in a tech, like in a travel tech startup, granted, but nonetheless in a startup. I guess I'll have some fresh perspectives on it. But yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun, and obviously we'll, I guess, get some eyes on our platform and on the thing we're gonna try to achieve in Japan. I'm also currently trying to sort out where to store my stuff here at home, because obviously I'm not going to be moving a lot of my stuff with me as I move halfway across the world, so it's got to be somewhere, and I'm out a little bit late in that regard. It's hard work moving to Japan from little old Denmark, especially on such relatively short notice as this has been. As I mentioned, applied for some housing. I'm gonna be living in a share house, kind of dormitory-esque setup. I've applied from where I'll still have a private bathroom and private kitchen, so we'll see if anything comes of that. Still, I think it would be cool to live with other people and kind of move into something furnished. Like, I think it would allow me to hit the ground running in a very nice way. So yeah, I think that's roughly the update for now. Christmas coming up, so I'm gonna be trying to spend a lot of time with friends and family before heading out. My travel date will be the 20th of January at 6:30 in the morning. So, and on the 21st of January, after like a roughly 26-hour trip, I will arrive in Sapporo and be ready to kind of settle in and find my footing before Tech Barbecue Sapporo on the 27th of January. Exciting stuff, but a lot of work on top of already doing this entrepreneurship thing, being overworked and underslept and malnourished and broke. Entrepreneurship, a little bit extra on top of that, but it's I think it's good, it's fun. So yeah, until next time, Janet. It is January 3rd. I have acquired a gigantic suitcase to transport me and whatever belongings fit in there to Japan. Also acquired a storage unit for all of the stuff I own that will not fit in said gigantic suitcase. Oh, and international driver's license. So maybe going driving in Japan, maybe not, but at least the option is there now. So moving project coming along somewhat. Let's get you at a better angle. So yeah, 17 days until moving. Sold my car successfully, so that's a huge relief. Still struggling to sell my furniture, but Just got an offer on my desk for a week before I move, so now I'm weighing my options if maybe it needs to go, and then I'll just live the deskless life for a week or so. Japanese is going okay. Learning Japanese is going okay. As it turns out, Japanese is very hard. Who would have figured, right? I'm trying my best to still get in study sessions twice a day. Trying and failing. So it's mainly once a day, but at least I'm keeping that like sustained. Like I do expose myself to Japanese every day. But man, it's I thought the hard part would be learning like the writing system, and I have yet to like confront kanji. So I still have that to go, but like hiragana and katakana kind of came okay, like it's just practice, right? But now that I'm learning like the grammatical systems and especially numbers are rough, and counting stuff is rough. But yeah, it's I'm doing my best. Oh shit. There we go. So, as I said, suitcase, storage room, and international driver's license acquired, excuse me. And slowly the anxiety and realization that this is actually happening is setting in. For whatever reason, like up until I actually got the visa, and especially now here in January, I guess it hadn't really graduated from idea I wanted to execute on and this thing I thought could be fun to do. To anything that was actually happening, but that is hitting me like a ton of bricks right now. Like I'm nervous. I'm a little bit scared, a little bit anxious. But I think that's when I'm huffing the most copium. I'm telling myself that's a good thing. That's a healthy sign that I'm doing something that'll challenge me in a good way, hopefully. But man, figuring out stuff like taxes and social security and insurances and stuff in a country where I don't even remotely speak the language is it's scary. I'm glad I have Startup City Sapporo supporting me, because I might have just succumbed to the panic and run away screaming for the hills at this point if I didn't have somebody to be like, calm down, like we'll help you through this. So yeah, 17 days to go, trying to sell out my furniture, and gonna start packing down the stuff that I want to store in Denmark and the stuff that I need to bring with me to Japan. Trying to put in some goodbye parties and stuff, and getting to see friends and family that I probably won't be seeing for a while is also an experience in its own right. Guess that is the update for today. Check in when something else happens. Janet. It is January 11th, 9 days before moving to Japan, and the car I'm gonna sell in 3 days has just stopped working while on the interstate with a decent percentage of my earthly possessions in the back. So that's wonderful. I'm waiting to be picked up and hoping the car is fixable, since selling it was a decent enough part of my budget planning. So yeah, the universe takes a hard jab at Project Japan, but 9 days until takeoff. Surely this is rock bottom in terms of opposition and headwind towards Japan. The absolute state of my stupid car. Finishing up this slightly nightmarish day with some pizza and YouTube on the last 2 pieces of furniture I own. Laundry basket and gigantic suitcase. Fuck my life. Janet. Konbanwa. It is the 19th of January at 11, so there's like 7.5 hours until my flight. Been living at home for the last 5 or so days. Sold my car, moved out of my apartment, and then yeah, just a few hours to go now. It's really horrifying, but I'm also really excited. So yeah, probably last talking to the camera update in Denmark. Hopefully the next one will be from Japan. Yeah. See you on the other side
of like 26 hours of traveling. Fuck, this is insane. Alright, Janet. Konbanwa. It is the 22nd of January, a Sunday, so it's the day after my arrival in Sapporo. Everything went smoothly traveling, really long trip. Still slowly recovering from mild jet lag. But yeah, I'm actually here. Shooting from my bed, wrapped in my duvet, because it's very cold here. Very cold and very snowy and very, very pretty. I went and explored the city a bit today, saw the local shrine, visited the city center, and it's a really lovely place. I'm really excited to get to know it a little bit better. Still cannot believe I'm actually living in Japan now. That's kind of wild. Doesn't feel completely real yet, but getting there. And yeah, I guess that concludes this little pre-Japan, just arrived in Japan vlog. I hope I can continue to provide like just a few slices of life here as a foreigner living in Sapporo on a startup visa. For now, I'm looking forward to Tech Barbecue Sapporo to go show off trip.com, go tell our story. Alright, see you hopefully next time. Thanks for watching. Janet.